In the last episode, we made it to Budapest and attended the Freak Bikers critical mass around the city. Then, after my 2-week break in Hungary, I said goodbye to Kata, packed up the Tallbike and got back on the road. I passed through Serbia and into Croatia for 2 nights, before crossing the Danube River again, back into Serbia and towards Novi Sad.
So I just climbed a massive hill. I'm at elevation of about 2,500 feet at the moment and I'm really dead. But it was worth it for this, which I didn't even know existed. Look at that! Looks like a mini Taj Mahal, but way cooler and with exotic bright coloured metal. I have no idea what the hell it is. Obviously a church, but I didn't know this existed, especially in Serbia. It's pretty cool though. Like a mini Neuschwanstein, but reflective.
I was now less than 50 kilometers from Belgrade, and I wanted to reach the city by the evening.
And a lot of hills later, and finally made it to Belgrade. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's actually a really interesting city. A mixture between incredibly modern and, like this building here, completely and absolutely ancient and falling apart. But then you've got it stuff like that as well.
I took a day off to explore Belgrade and learn a little about its history, and resumed the next day following the Danube River again.
Don't know if you could see this, but there's like a million mosquitoes. Yeah, I was just sitting still for the last 10 minutes trying to get that poor turtle on camera while I was getting bitten into by these million little things that you can't even see. Actually no, I can see them on the screen. Yes. F off, you little things. Please. These damn mosquitoes need to really f off. And there's little ants' nests everywhere. But it's too late to say, not, like, look at that. Oh, I can't even just talk. It's just too late to bother carrying on riding because I couldn't even see. Put the sunglasses on to stop the mosquitoes getting into my eyes. And, oh, that's heavy. And then I can't see where I'm going anymore and keep hitting all the bumps. Take them off. Mosquitoes are everywhere, so it makes more sense to set up the tent. But, next bag. But setting up the tent with the mosquitoes and then opening the fly without any of them getting in is where we hit the obstacle. Nope, no, off. Woo, that's on my shoulder now. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna set up camp here with all these lovely sounding crickets. Alright, where should I set it up? I don't trust this grass. The amount of snakes I've seen today, and obviously people have been here too. I think right here actually would be okay. Right, I'm not going to record me putting up the tent. You've seen enough of that, and honestly, I can't be bothered. Alright, tent is more or less done. Loads of mosquitoes, still dying on the inside. Anyway, night guys. Good morning. Today I'm on dirt tracks all day with these lovely lorries passing, making it very hard to breathe when they pass. That's not good. Yeah, I have a nice long path ahead of me, at least 15 miles until the next shop, human, boat, anything really. But look at that scenery, it's lovely. So today is day 60, I think, which is pretty cool. It means that I've been on the road basically 2 whole months now since leaving from Amsterdam. The scenery is pretty great here as well. And yesterday, or maybe the day before, I passed my 3,000 mile mark for this year as well. So that marks that I'm at least, hopefully, halfway to Turkey by now, in terms of mileage at least. But I've done the easy part, to be honest. I'm now approaching the mountains over the next couple of days, and it's only going to get harder from here. How is this out? How is this a Eurovelo? Barely keep traction. Imagine if it was raining. It would be so muddy you would not be able to keep track. Finally made it to the ferry port across the river that I need to get, but the boat doesn't actually leave until 1:30, and right now it's only 11 AM. So the only restaurant for 20 miles I've stopped at, and luckily they gave me free cider when they saw the bike, so thank you.
So I took the ferry across the river, which from here on will be bordering Romania. The landscape was gradually changing as I approached the Iron Gates Gorge, becoming more mountainous with every day. I knew this would be the last part of my trip, which would be flat for a long time to come, so I decided to take a few days off in a small town on the river. After this well-earned rest, and many watermelons later, I entered the gorge and began tackling the mountains. These would be my last few days following Eurovelo 6 along the Danube River. I had been following this river since Passau in Germany, and would soon switch to the Iron Curtain Trail, which would follow the divide between Eastern and Western Europe until Turkey. But there was one more interesting thing waiting for me before I left the Danube.
I've just climbed up an absolutely massive hill. but the hill isn't that bad. It's just the insane heat, the lack of wind, the sweating, the lack of cold water as well. But it was worth it because, I don't know if you can see it, but right there is a massive face in the middle of the Iron Gate Mountains. So yeah, and I'll be crossing over to that side in about maybe an hour or two. A few miles down the road, should be crossing to Romania. Hopefully the border crossing is actually open.
The carving of Decebalus was finished in 2004 and remains to be the largest rock sculpture in Europe, measuring in at a height of 55 meters. The gorge had some of the most challenging climbs I'd endured so far on the tour, but I was rewarded with the stunning scenery all around me.
And now I'm at the top of the hill. Look at that view though. I'm now crossing the Danube, or however you say it, again from Serbia to Romania, and I did try and film at the border, but the GoPro really doesn't like me today, and it keeps shutting off after less than 10 seconds of recording. So yeah, all right, I got through the second border and I'm now in Romania. Very underwhelming, as I ended up on this very large mini motorway road, as you can see, and it's very loud. And, oh god, yeah, that. There's not much space, and I don't know where I'm going, but I assume if I keep going in this direction, then I'll end up, hopefully, in some town eventually. Yeah, very safe.
I made my way into Romania just in time for the storm, and gladly took shelter in a temporarily unused wedding reception.
So the bike is now safely inside a wedding reception, because why the hell not? Well, at least it's dry from the thunderstorm. Okay, so I'm in the room for the night, in the wedding reception thing. It's already 10:30 in Romanian time, and I haven't really unpacked yet, and now I'm in a hurry because I've got so many things to do. I really wanted to be here by 7 p.m. and so many things have gone wrong today, but I'm glad that at least I've got somewhere warm to sleep that isn't out in that thunderstorm. So yeah, I've got a little fridge, which is quite handy, so I'm going to try and fill up all my water bottles, freeze them so I have cold water in the morning, and I've got a whole watermelon to cut, and luckily the owner gave me a very big knife to cut it with. Don't know what he thought when I asked for a big knife, but you're literally around my neck, like the tripod is. This is a new way to film. I think it works really well. Maybe not the best way to film. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I have to do. Find water. Hope that it's safe to drink, because I've heard a lot of bad stories about Romanian water, and fill it all up.
The next morning it was time to cross back into Serbia after only one night in Romania, to switch to Eurovelo 13 for the next month.
Good morning! Yeah, as you can see, it's a little windy. I've been going at an average of less than 5 miles an hour for the past hour. I've done 11 miles so far, and it feels like I've been going for 4 hours. So I don't know how far I'm gonna get today. But luckily, wild camping is tolerated, if not fully legal, here in Romania. So this is the Decebalus 6 still, but there are no signs anymore at all. I haven't seen a sign since yesterday at the Iron Curtain Trail. So I'm now at the crossing going back into Serbia from Romania. It's kind of empty today, as you can see. A lady came and took my passport, asked where I was going. I explained I'm running across Europe. It's been 5 minutes. She's kind of just disappeared with my passport. Hopefully she'll return one day. And now I get across this border in one piece.
Of course, I had no idea what was waiting for me just half a kilometre down the road. But to find out what happens, you'll have to wait until the next video. If you're enjoying these videos, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing. It would mean a lot to me, since I put months of work into this video series, and your support is greatly appreciated.